guys, welcome back to Loop with Jack. Bit of a different one for you today. I am currently going through my template and adjusting it to the amazing new features in Loopy 2.0. Using MIDI loops and that kind of thing has really changed the way I'm thinking about live looping at the moment, and I haven't quite dialed it all in. Rather than wait for a video, I thought I'd just get something out there that shows you where I'm at. I'm going to have a little bit of a jam to show you what I've been up to. And then later on in the video, I'm going to show you the setup process I've gone through to make my Nord Drum 3 work in this kind of hybrid drum machine setup that I've got going on at the moment. So stick around and I will show you that shortly. Okay, so let's test this out. In a moment, I'm going to press play. It's going to start the metronome in my headphones. When I press record along this top row here, it's going to let me record the 6 drum pads from the Nord into those 6 MIDI loops. It's then going to automatically overdub, so I can layer up some bits on top. I can then solo and mute those different clips to, say, drop the kick out and that kind of stuff, so I can experiment with that. I can then record different patterns on this second scene. And then later on, as I'm jamming, I'm going to start messing around with changing the drum kits. I've got this idea of doing kind of like a DJ style set where it keeps going, no pauses between tracks and stuff like that. This is by no means going to be close to doing that properly, but that's what I got in my head, and I'm just going to show me experimenting with that and see where it takes me. Let's try something like that. In 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is now looping back, and I could go and layer that on top, right? Because it was in overdub mode. And once we press record again, it's playing back. I could turn that click off. I don't know, maybe put some bass in. That's quite cool. Let's do that in a 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe some guitar on top of that. Let's do like a 4-bar phrase for that, okay? Maybe some vocals. Looping, you can take things out, maybe cut the kick drum out. And a few other elements. Maybe you build it up. Bring it all back in. And then what I could do is maybe just record a 4 to the floor over here on the second row. Let's try and use the mouse so you can see. So on pad 1, in 1, 2, 3, 4. That's now looping. I can record some snare there. Go back to the first scene. There, we're back to our beat. But then if I want to record scene 2, I can record something on the bass. We've got a completely different feel going on. Two completely different feels. Let's go back to scene 1, see what happens. go with this. Maybe we clear the entire bottom rod here. Let's just record in a snare to this one here. 2, 3, 4. Let's cut everything out but that. So now we've just got the snare going. And I could maybe try a different kit from the Nord. We've got a completely different feel going now. So let's try and layer out some stuff. I don't know. see. It could be a lot of fun, right? Let's go back to that. So, you get the idea, right? Pretty wild jam. Not sure if any of that was any good, but we'll listen back. But the possibilities are huge. You've got this kind of hybrid approach between playing the instruments live, creating some kind of drum machine using the amazing flexibility of Loopy 2.0. And then, you know, I might be able to incorporate different things, different pre-made loops. I'm looking at the Octocron, I think it's called, which is like a AUV3 that does MIDI patterns, and then you can do randomization and stuff like that. But I'm trying to keep this approach between playing and programming kind of live. I don't really know what this is. Who knows? But that's the really cool thing about Loopy 2.0. Let me show you how I've set this up so far, and then maybe you can copy some of these settings if you so wish. By the way, I've got a full Loopy 2.0 course coming out. It's not out yet, but do join my Patreon free tier, link down in the description below, and then you can keep up to date on when that's available. So the way I've got this set up at the moment, we've got the Nord Drum 3P, which is connected to my audio interface, going into Loopy 2.0. And the way I wanted this to work is I want each of my drum pads to be recorded onto their own individual MIDI clip. That way, whilst I'm jamming, I can kind of drop out the kick for a little bit and then bring it back in for the chorus to kind of create these builds and drops like you get in kind of dance music. I also wanted the flexibility to use quantization, so that's why I want MIDI capabilities here. So what I first did was go into the Nord drum manual, and what it does is tell you the MIDI note which each pad is sending. I don't know them offhand right now, but it's something like CC62 or something like that for the MIDI notes. So you can check that out in the Nord manual. So what I've done is if we go to the mixer down here, you can see I've got pad 1, pad 2, pad 3, pad 4, and so on. And on each of these MIDI clips, the source is coming from my Babyface Pro. That's my audio interface that I've got here. But what I've done is on the range side of things, I've limited it just to the note I want from that pad. That means I can record in a moment and I can hit all of these pads, but it's only going to record the note that is corresponding to that pad itself. So I'm not going to get loads of notes on each clips. So I've just done that for each one. And as you can see, like pad 2 here uses a different note. So it's like CC62, 64, and so on. Again, check the manual for the specific notes. And then so when I'm then recording, it's going to record into those clips. So you can see here we've got like let's just kind of clear some stuff a moment. And let's just have a listen to the kick on its own. So this is recorded into the first loop. If I mute that and go to the snare, you can see we've got individual loops being recorded. So once we've set up the specific note we want going to the specific clip, we're then sending along that channel the destination to go back out through the MIDI of my audio interface and back into the Nord drum. And then you're listening to the Nord drum being played via audio, which is using the audio. I've just got this mono actually, the mono output from the drum 3P back into the interface, and then that is coming down this channel Nord over here. So now, you know, I can hear the live aspect of playing, and you can also hear the drum loops being played back. So you get kind of the best of both worlds. We can play live, and we've got that visual element, and it's more of an instrument, but we've also got this kind of program inside being mixed in. And then to make this work a little bit more efficiently, I've got it set up so we've got a couple of key things here. I went into clip settings, and under record settings, a big feature that I always try and take advantage of is recording to multiple clips at the same time. Where is it? There we go. Simultaneous recording. Once that's on, it allows me to record to many clips at once. I need this here because I want to record to all 6 MIDI clips. So that allows me to record to them all. I've set up a button here, and I've got this kind of like Ableton scene thing going on. If you're not sure what that is, check out some of my other videos. I've done some stuff on this, but we've got it kind of so I can do like a verse and chorus or build some interesting arrangements. But if we quickly go into the Canvas editor, click on the record button, what this does is it's going to record all of these 6 loops at the same time. And then I have it set. Oh, let's go back there. And then I've got it set up under the color groups, certain settings, like on these 6 different MIDI clips. I want it to automatically overdub. That's so I can layer up those extra hits on top. I'm not the most confident drummer in the world. Maybe I want to just bring in some snares after I've already done the kick, so I can kind of layer things up and layer it up live. That's what that allows me to do. And then if you're not familiar with how these scenes work, these scene buttons are basically going to solo this entire row of clips. So when this is playing, let's just say the snare is going here, I can press scene 1 and it'll bring everything in. Here we go. And then one other final advantage to this is, say we just drop out to nothing but a snare and it's playing. Because this is MIDI going into the drum, I can now audition a different kick. So I might go to, I don't know, this one here. Nah. That's kind of cool. Now if we bring scene 1 back in, it'll have a completely different feel because it's a completely different drum kit. Well, let's just randomize. You get the idea. The possibilities now are endless, really, and really flexible. I'm having a lot of fun with this. Hopefully you enjoyed the jam that I just showed you a minute ago. But yeah, I'll give a full update on my template and how I've got this set up a bit further down the line. But today I'm just experimenting and I thought I'd share it with you guys. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next looping video. Take care.